All right, so you're probably wondering, can passive income really replace your full-time job? Well, it can't replace your boss. Maybe you want it to replace your boss, but yes, of course passive income can replace your job, right? So at the end of this video, I'm gonna give you the exact time to know when you can or should quit your job.
Hey, listen, I quit.
All right, so first and foremost, one, you've got to know your numbers. You've got to know exactly how much money you got coming in, but especially how much is going out. You got to really understand what many will call your burn rate, right? Your burn rate just means what are your expenses? How much are you spending every month, or at least how much are you spending that you need to spend every month? So I kind of define this as difference between financial independence and financial freedom. Financial independence just means you can pay your bills, right? You're done, you're good, you at least meet your bottom line, your base expenses. Financial freedom means you can do whatever the heck you want. Now you got more than enough, you can actually spend extra money if you ever want to. So you gotta understand these numbers. Know exactly what you're spending, what your expense is gonna be, because that's gonna be your financial independence number. That's how you have to know how much passive income you need to at least pay your bills. But like I said, at the end, I'm gonna give you a little secret of a formula that I use personally to figure out what that might look like. So that's number one. Now, two, if you want to get there faster, look for ways to reduce your expenses. So look for things you can actually do to really lower those expenses to make it easier. I saw this with one of our clients where her goal was about $22,000 a month. But when we started to look at her finances, we said, you know what? We can actually take some of your equity from your home, pay off some of these other loans, essentially kind of consolidate some of your loans here, free up $3,800 a month. So what did that do? That meant her goal from $22,000 a month now changed to about $18,000 a month, making it easier to achieve with the rest of the money that we have to invest. The ironic thing is she only hired us to figure out where she could possibly invest her money. But what we found was we could actually help reduce those expenses, making it easier to get her there faster and really shaving off at least a year or two off of her financial goals to get out of the rat race. So definitely look for ways to reduce expenses. Now, do this within reason. Don't reduce expenses so far that you hate your life, okay? I still think it's important to enjoy life, still have those memories with your family while you still have them at home. I think it's very important to do that. So it's okay to take that trip. It's okay to be able to spend money. It's okay to even go out to eat from time to time. Just do it within reason. Be a wise steward of your money and just understand that you want to reduce the things that aren't serving you in your life while really spending money on things that do serve you in your life. So that's what's really important, right? Is find those destructive expenses. Another expense I will give you as example is I had one family that the husband put, where we have them classified, we put for classification of expenses, we'll put either P, C, or D. P for productive, C for consumptive expenses, and D for destructive. Well, he put a C next to one of these and his wife put a D. And what was it? It was alcohol. He was spending $600 a month on alcohol alone. He thought it was consumptive, which is true. Consumptive means you're enjoying it, but it's not necessarily destroying your life. His wife thought differently. She said, no, really, the alcohol is too much. It's too much. Not from a financial standpoint, but from a family standpoint. And then he admitted, he's like, yeah, she's right. I probably go a little overboard. I probably drink too much. And so I said, well, great. Let's not cut it out completely. Let's not cut cold turkey. I'm not saying you have to quit. But what you can do is maybe we limit this to only $100 or $200 a month. Let's just get it within reason so that one, you do save at least $400 a month, but two, maybe this will even help your family life as well. So get rid of those things that are destructive. Now, three, I would say this, is start saving anything you can, right? Really, the accelerator is how much can you actually put away? There was a young couple that came to us, they're just late 20s, they're excited for life, they're excited to get going. They saved up, and they saved up a lower amount compared to a lot of our other clients. They'd gotten up to the point where they had about $150,000 to invest. Now that's pretty dang good considering you're in your late 20s, right? Not many people can say that. Well, they saved up $150,000, and normally we would probably say, well, you might not be ready for us for coaching because usually you should have at least a couple $100,000. But the thing is, they were putting away $6,000 a month. And I said, man, that's over $70,000 a year. That's amazing discipline. And they made about $200,000 a year between the two of them. They both worked, and they were eventually hoping to start a family soon. And I said, you know what? For that reason, you could actually hit your goals faster. Now, they only needed about $6,000 a month to be financially independent, to be able to pay for their base expenses. And I told them, I said, listen, if you keep doing this, if you can keep putting the money away and saving, you could actually be financially independent by the time you're even in your early 30s potentially, right? Especially if they really are that disciplined and they take everything they make from their money and keep reinvesting it. Because that's the cool thing, because that $150,000 that they used to invest, say it makes $15,000 a year, on top of the $70,000 a year they're saving, that's $85,000 a year that they can then redirect and put that money in. So that's what's really cool, guys. That just kind of builds and compounds on itself. And by the next year, now you have almost 100,000 a year to start saving and just building up, and it just gets better and better. So really start saving anything that you can, like reduce those expenses and save more money. All right, so the fourth point here is get your money out of prison, right? Find ways to get your money out of places where it's locked up. This can be places like home equity. You know, although you gotta be careful with that if you're gonna use home equity. Do that within reason, but that's money that could be that's stuck there, that's earning you nothing. You make a 0% return while it's sitting in your equity in your home. What if you can get the money out to do something for you? Same thing, what if you've got money in retirement accounts or old 401ks or IRAs? Could we be using that money differently to actually start creating more money for you? So get your money out of those places that are locked up and use them for better use. I've even had some clients that had a ton of money in gold and silver, and they're saying, well, I got all this gold and silver in case I gotta defend myself, it's like Red Dawn, or something like that. Well, that's great and all, but maybe you can actually get your money to start doing something for you now, creating more passive income today, because that gold and silver is doing nothing for you other than being like this, World War II post-apocalyptic or World War III post-apocalyptic type of thing that's going on in your life. So get that money working for you, get it out of prison and invest it in secure cash flowing investments. That's what's so important. Get that secure cash flowing investments working for you instead of you just locking your money away and making no difference in your month-to-month, day-to-day living. So if you want to be able to retire faster, this is one of the biggest secrets that you can do to be able to help you do that. I've had so many people where we've actually had money get out of those places. Sometimes we even use that money to pay off debt, right? We've used to pay off debt, free up cash flow there, even bigger than the returns we get from real estate investing. While other times we get that money out. Sometimes we can even get it out and kind of wash out the taxes because maybe it's being used for a business purpose. Maybe it's like a business partnership or a franchise. They can essentially get rid of the taxes out of that IRA. They'll still have a 10% penalty if they're not 59.5, but they can get that money for cheaper now versus paying taxes down the road. Use that money as seed money to start a business, and that starts bringing in cash flow. The next thing you know, you've got this extra cash coming in right now that only allows you to be able to save more money faster anyways. Make better returns potentially than just putting it and letting it set it and forget it in some dumb mutual fund that may make money or may lose money at any time. So that's a huge key benefit for you, especially if you can get all that money working for you, so you don't have to work so hard for money. And ultimately, that's what this video is about, right? It's how to quit your job. Can passive income let you quit your job? Yes. Now, here's the secret I was promising you, right? What should you do? Like, what's the magic number for you? I don't think you should quit your job until you've at least surpassed your net income, not your gross pay from the work, but your net income by at least 20%. So that means if your net income is, say, $5,000 a month that you get after all the taxes come out and other things, if it's $5,000 a month, wait till you get to $6,000 a month. If that net income is $10,000 a month, wait till you get to $12,000 a month. And I think at least that. It depends on where you invest. If you invest in certain types of investments, like, for example, when we talk about turnkey rentals, they not only provide cash flow, but they also provide a lot of growth potential as well on your money. And so those could be a great way to even do it better with 20%. But if you're just gonna try to set your money into certain types of funds that pay a contractual interest rate of like 10, 11, or 12%, and that's all they pay you, there's no extra growth on it, you may wanna go 50% above that number. So if you're $5,000 a month, you might need to go to $7,500 a month, or $10,000 a month going up to $15,000 a month. So it just depends, but I would definitely say don't quit your job until you've, at minimum, surpassed your net income by at least 20%. So guys, that's what I have for you right there. Great, I'm excited for you because this is something that could really get you down the path towards financial freedom so much faster than your coworkers and everybody else, and you will be the envy of the office. Guys, if you think this video is great, check out this next one. What is the difference between passive and active income? Check it out.